Hi everyone! Welcome back to Eskimos, your go-to channel for fascinating truths. Get ready for some serious mind-blown moments. From debunking myths about Napoleon's height to uncovering the truth about Hello Kitty, it's going to be an unforgettable journey. You guys ready to dive into a pool of knowledge? Buckle up, because things are about to get seriously interesting. Let's jump right into it. First up, let's talk about gravity, or more precisely, the lack of it. We've all seen those cool videos of astronauts floating around in the International Space Station, right? Looks fun, doesn't it? But here's the thing, they're not floating, they're falling. Yep, you heard that right, falling. See, gravity's reach is pretty long, even stretching all the way out into the vast expanse of space. It's just weaker the farther you get from Earth. So, the astronauts, along with the space station, are actually in a constant state of freefall. But here's the kicker, they're falling at the same rate as the station, creating this awesome illusion of weightlessness. So, next time you see those space travelers effortlessly gliding through the station, remember, it's all thanks to good old gravity, just a slightly weaker version of it. Alright, let's talk about Napoleon Bonaparte, the infamous French military leader and emperor. He's known for his ambition, his military genius, and of course his height or lack thereof. But here's a little secret, Napoleon wasn't actually short. Yeah, you heard me right. He was actually of average height, maybe even a bit taller than the average Frenchman back then. So, where did this whole short Napoleon thing come from? Well, blame it on a few things. First, Napoleon was often surrounded by his elite guards who were, you guessed it, taller than average. This created a bit of an optical illusion, making him appear shorter in comparison. And finally, a researcher way back when made a bit of a measuring mistake. He used French inches, which are a tad longer than English inches. Oops! Let's be honest, nothing beats an ice-cold Coke on a scorching summer day, am I right? But have you ever noticed that Coke from a glass bottle just hits different? It tastes better, crisper, somehow more refreshing. Well, there's a reason for that, and it all comes down to science. You see, aluminum cans, while convenient, can actually mess with the taste and smell of your beloved beverage. Those pesky polymers in the can's lining can absorb some of the Coke's flavor and aroma, leaving you with a slightly less satisfying experience. Glass, on the other hand, is like a neutral party guest. It doesn't interact with the flavor at all. So next time you're craving a Coke, do yourself a favor and grab a glass bottle. Your taste buds will thank you. Ever walk into a store and wonder why things are arranged the way they are? Well, it's not just for aesthetics, my friends. Stores are practically masterclasses in psychology, using clever tactics to get you to spend, spend, spend. Take those towering stacks of towels, for example. You might think it's just a way to display more merchandise, but it's actually a sneaky anti-theft measure. The sheer volume of the display acts as a deterrent, making potential shoplifters think twice before attempting a five-finger discount. So, next time you're browsing the aisles, keep an eye out for those strategic stacks. It's a subtle reminder that stores are always one step ahead. All right, time for a little geography lesson. We all learned in school that the Earth is round, right? Well, buckle up because I'm about to drop some truth bombs on ya. While it's technically true that the Earth is a sphere, it's not a perfect sphere. The technical term for its shape is a geoid. What's a geoid, you ask? Well, imagine a lumpy potato spinning through space. That's pretty much our planet. The Earth's rotation, combined with the uneven distribution of its mass, creates these slight bulges at the equator and flattening at the poles. So, next time someone asks you about the shape of the Earth, you can hit them with, it's a geoid, actually. Just be prepared for some confused looks. Let's talk about everyone's favorite feline friend, Hello Kitty. She's cute, she's cuddly, and she's not a cat? Yep, you heard that right. Hello Kitty, despite the whiskers and the pointy ears, is not actually a cat. According to Sanrio, the company behind Hello Kitty, she's a little girl. That's right, a human girl. She lives in London with her family, goes to school, and loves to bake cookies. The only thing feline about her is her name and her appearance. So why the cat-like features? Well, Sanrio has never really given a clear explanation, but some speculate that it was a way to capitalize on the popularity of cats in Japanese culture. Whatever the reason, one thing's for sure. Hello Kitty's true identity is a bit of a head-scratcher. Diamonds, those sparkling stones we associate with love, luxury, and a hefty price tag. They're rare, they're precious, and they're not as rare as you think. That's right, the diamond industry has done a masterful job of convincing us that these sparkly rocks are incredibly scarce. But the truth is, they're more common than you might believe. So how did diamonds become synonymous with wealth and exclusivity? Enter De Beers, the company that pretty much controlled the global diamond market for decades. They cleverly limited the supply of diamonds, creating an artificial scarcity that drove up prices. They also launched brilliant marketing campaigns, linking diamonds with romance and everlasting love. So, while diamonds are undoubtedly beautiful, their value is largely a result of clever marketing and market manipulation. Ah, potato chips, the ultimate snack food. Salty, crunchy, and oh so addictive. But what if I told you that some of those chips you're munching on aren't entirely made of potatoes? Yep, you heard that right. Some potato chip brands use a clever trick to cut costs and boost profits. They use potato flakes instead of actual potatoes. Now, before you swear off potato chips forever, it's important to note that not all brands do this. But some of those puffed or flavored varieties might only contain around 40% potato flakes. So, next time you're reaching for a bag of chips, take a closer look at the ingredients list. You might be surprised at what you find. Ever notice those fancy-looking pavements? The ones that look like they're made of individual bricks or stones? Well, prepare to have your mind blown because some of them are fakes. That's right, those intricate patterns you see might not be real paving blocks at all. It's a clever illusion, created using a technique called stamped concrete. Basically, they pour a layer of concrete and then use a special mold to create the look of individual bricks or stones. It's much faster and cheaper than laying actual pavers, and it creates a pretty convincing effect. So, next time you're admiring a fancy pavement, take a closer look. You might be looking at a concrete masterpiece. Let's talk about the animal kingdom, shall we? It's full of surprises, fascinating creatures, and some seriously weird facts. For instance, did you know that adult moths don't actually eat clothes? It's their larvae, those pesky caterpillars, that are the real culprits. Adult moths are more interested in nectar and other sweet treats. And speaking of surprising creatures, let's talk about owls, those wise nocturnal birds with those piercing eyes. But have you ever seen an owl's legs? They're surprisingly long, like really long. It's like those inflatable tube men you see at car dealerships. You wouldn't expect them to have such spindly legs. But those long legs come in handy for hunting, allowing owls to snatch up prey with lightning speed. So there you have it, just a few fun facts about the animal kingdom to ponder. All right, let's dive into some sweet and surprising truths, shall we? First up, let's talk about goldfish, those little orange fish that we all won at carnivals as kids. You've probably heard the myth that goldfish have a 3-second memory, right? Well, guess what? It's not true. Goldfish actually have pretty good memories and can remember things for months. They can even be trained to recognize their owners and perform tricks. Now let's talk about lollipops, specifically Chupa Chups. Those delicious, colorful lollipops that we all know and love. Did you know that Chupa Chups is actually a Spanish brand? And get this, the iconic logo was designed by none other than Salvador Dali, the famous surrealist painter. All right, folks, time for a little challenge. Ready? Try this. Stick your thumb up your nose. Go on, give it a try. No, seriously, I'm not messing with you. It's possible. You see, the human body is capable of some pretty amazing feats of flexibility, even in places you wouldn't expect. Your thumb, believe it or not, is pretty darn flexible, and your nose, well, it's got more wiggle room than you might think. Now, I'm not suggesting you make a habit of sticking your thumb up your nose in public. That's just bad manners. But it's a fun little party trick. And it's a good reminder that our bodies are capable of some pretty weird and wonderful things. Well, which ones left you amazed? Let us know and share the surprises. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to Eskimos for more incredible truths. Thanks for watching. Personally, I'm still reeling from the Hello Kitty revelation. Until next time, keep those minds curious and never stop questioning the world around you. You never know what mind-blowing facts you might uncover. See you later.